And we are back with game two. I had the overlay wrong the first time. I was going to fix the overlay because that's one of the things I need to do, and I just realized it was wrong the first time. Yes, we have Fairy Thief playing the spirits for Soma against the survivors of Petroleum, Note, Momo, Light, and Bass, and already in a chase with, I believe this is Bass here. I don't think we've seen Bass before this season, and that is going to be the hit around the pallet. Bass dropped it on the wrong side. Shack pallet getting dropped not even a full minute into the match. The phase walk coming through. Bass does have this dump truck over here and this pallet here. Manages to get the stun on 200 ping. And there goes Fairy Thief's Ruin. Now going to be playing with only that Pop Goes the Weasel and the Corrupt for the time being. Phase walk coming through. And Fairy Thief playing the mind games. Ends up on the wrong side of the pallet. Bast played that really well there, managing to, I don't know, just mind game Fairy Thief's mind game. And ooh, unfortunately does get caught out by the moonwalk. Gonna be running into the corner and going down. Not the fastest down we've seen. We do have a generator getting completed for it. And that's gonna get the ball rolling for Fairy Thief. I really want to check, I really want to check the survivors' POVs right now, but this is recording and I can't. We are in a chase with Note here. That sprint burst getting a little bit distance. It looks like we might just have a 1-for-1. Vaults the window. Fairy Thief vaulting after. Manages to get the save off without taking the hit. So Note will have a little bit of a chance in this chase, but it seems like Fairy just wants Bash right now. The lie giving some distance to this pallet, blocking the vault with the husk. And Bass doesn't make it to the next filler pallet. We could see a pallet save or a decisive here, and we see neither. We do see the scratch marks. I think an attempt was made, but just not quite in position. Fairy Thief gonna be just trying to find another survivor here. We did just see a survivor there at this tile. The scratch marks coming through. The vault on the pallet. And this is gonna be Note going down. I didn't know quite who we were chasing here, but that is going to be Note taking the down to the phase, and Fairy Thief gonna be going back to the recently unhooked survivor. I'm told it's pronounced based. Okay, thank you, Lights. So Base gonna be taking the hit. It looks like Fairy wants to get a survivor out of the game as soon as physically possible. Note gets picked up off the ground in the meantime. And Base has this crane to work around. We are going to see the phase come in. The question is, Base doesn't manage to get the stun. And this is going to be the first death at 3 generators remaining, but the pallet stun attempt comes through. Light doesn't quite get it. Fairy Thief wasn't completely under the pallet. A generator does get done in the meantime, so this is 1 kill, 2 generators remaining. Not the worst case scenario if you are Petroleum. And another generator done. No 3 gen for Fairy Thief. This isn't worst case scenario. You managed to force the killer to invest a lot of time into 1 survivor, and now we see Light getting chased, and it is going to be the hit before Light can get to the pallet. That phase is back up though. It should just be a down here. The pallet gets dropped and doesn't quite make it to the window. A valiant effort from Light, but unfortunately falls to the darkness. And I I keep getting tempted to hit the arrows at the top of the screen, but it's a recording. I have to keep reminding myself that. All right. Light on the hook. The last generator gets completed. Ooh, I'm not sure if that was sprint burst or adrenaline. Manages to get Note to safety, but Momo kind of out of position here. Should go down over the pallet. Things are looking really bad for Petroleum. This Noed might just clutch things up for the killer of Soma. We do have the unhook coming in. Note goes down. It's a 1-for-1, and Light in the last chase of the game. This should be a 4K here. Light right now needs to waste a lot of time. You need to be hoping that one of your survivors can maybe have a chance to bleed out. The dead hard comes a moment too early, but we do have the unbreakable from Note. This could get Momo off the ground as well. However, both of these survivors would need... You need 2 survivors out the door. Momo getting chased over by the dump truck. Gonna just be wasting as much time as possible. Jumps in the locker to force the grab. I imagine Note is going for the pickup onto Light. And that is exactly what happens. But now you need to figure out, how are you going to get this door open? How are you going to deal with this Noed? Fairy Thief has a lot of pressure right now. It's gonna be difficult for Petroleum to come back. The Noed came in very much clutch for Fairy Thief. We did see Light gonna be running edge map once again. Dead hard. Unfortunately, not much you can do there, unfortunately. Light goes down. Sorry, my breath got caught in my throat there. Momo does get pulled off the hook. Note, still the only unhooked survivor. Momo jumps in the locker. That is going to be a decisive, just waiting. And Fairy Thief going over to the other door. This is going to be Note getting caught out here. And Note goes down. Momo fully healed with inner healing. This is really bad for Petroleum. If Note gets hooks, you cannot win. I think that's right, anyway. Door gets opened, and that is going to be Momo escaping. But what about the other 2 survivors? Fairy gonna be facing over, trying to look for Light. Just listening, looking for blood. Although I don't think Spirit can see blood in the phase. I never know how that works. Light gets picked up here by this generator. And the real question is, does Note manage to somehow escape? If Note can manage some kind of escape, whether out the door or through the hatch, this, I believe it would be the win for Petroleum. Fairy gonna be looking and finds Note. That is rather unfortunate, to say the very least. Alright, I'm gonna start updating the score because I have to do some math. That's gonna be 31 points for Petroleum and 38 points for SOMA. And that is going to be SOMA winning round 1. Yeah, I'm not sure why. Oh, I know why. Okay, Fairy Thief was waiting for Light to die. That way you can ensure Note doesn't have the deliverance and can't use it. That's why. That is going to be SOMA taking round 1 in Petroleum versus SOMA. Very close round 1 to say the very least.